good, Chaotic Nation? It is your boy Chaos here. We are back with the team builder for week 3 of the Premier Draft League Season 5 against the Lunar Mountain Lycanrocs. I had to think of what, I can't believe I forgot my own stuff. But welcome back to the team builder, guys. We took a dub last week if you missed the episode, so go check out the last week's content versus these sassy squirrels. But we are 100% going straight to this week's stuff, and we're gonna see what we got for the team. It's been a while since I've built this team, so I honestly don't remember everything about it. But I'm hoping I know a little bit to get us through this. And I want to understand why I did some of the things I did. But to begin with, we got, of course, G-Max Colossal. It's just gonna come at this point. That's just what it is. We got G-Max Colossal here. It's a different variant from the other Colossals that I've run. So this is more of a mixed attacker of Colossal. As you can see, I have Fire Blast, Scorching Sands, and Rock Slide as my move with Protect. The split here is primarily for just a difference in an offensive. She has a lot of weak mons to special defensive attacks, which is going to be nice for me. But I really wanted a nice hitting rock stab move that was going to be spread, so Rock Slide was the best bet, and it's physical. So I've built a weird little set where it's mixed Colossal this week. It is G-Max, so that is what we got. And of course got Steam Engine as its ability. That is the primary purpose of this. I want to make sure I actually have Steam Engine. I do. It is holding the weakness policy this week because I'm expecting to be able to set it up again and get it sweeping. Again, once you set up Colossal, it's kind of really just difficult to deal with, especially if I set it up, don't G-Max, and just Rock Slide or Scorching Sands through things. It's just gonna wreck shop. But what Corviknight is supposed to do, it is if I'm +2, I can beat. What Colossal is supposed to do. If I'm +2, I can beat Corviknight, and this is in regular form. I beat Sableye at +2, Toxtricity at +2, Weavile at +2, Lucario at +2. We can take on, I don't remember what Wreck is. I think it's, what is Wreck? That is a good question. Huh. But +2, Palisand at +2, Drapion at +2, Gourgeist at +2. So all of the, we kind of take on everything at +2, which is why I think a G-Max is going to be great. I can deal with Mantine. It straight up deals with Toxtricity, Corviknight, Sableye, Weavile, Lucario, Lycanroc, Palisand. Is a little bit weird. It can beat Drapion, Gourgeist. So I have a pretty good run with G-Max Colossal this week. Once I set up +2, +6 speed, basically we're outspeeding everything. The fastest mon on the team is Weavile at 125. I am speed calced. I have a relaxed nature, so I'm lowering my defense in favor of speed, as you can see through the IVs above me here. But the 32 EVs in speed actually allowed this to outspeed the Weavile at +6. So the only thing that's really going to be annoying is that she does have Sableye, which is Prankster, but we have a way to deal with that in the back. I do expect Sableye to be a lead this week, so it's really just playing around that Sableye, and it's going to be a lot of fun. Moving on, we got, if I can go, I have Primarina here. It's the same set we brought from the first week. It's just the only difference is I'm running Liquid Voice instead of Torrent, because I had 2 of them, one with hidden ability, one without hidden ability, and yeah, I kind of messed up the regular ability one last week, so that's kind of sucky. But we do have this one, so Liquid Voice doesn't really matter too much. Torrent would have been nicer, but it doesn't really matter too much for me. But it does have Aqua Jet, Psych Up, Moonblast, and Life Dew. Again, it's the same set, so it's max HP, 252, 244 special defense, and 12 speed, just a little bit of speed, to calc out the other things that will be sitting at base 60 speed. So it's a pretty interesting team. That would outspeed the Sylveon, get rid of outspeed Sableye without Prankster, and I think it's actually calced to take on the Lucario, but I'm not sure, or the Lycanroc rather. But yeah, it's basically going to calc out most of the slower mons with the speed boost there. I'm bringing it sort of more defensive again because I think the assist from Primarina is going to be nice. So that's going to be what we're using here for. And hopefully that goes well. And then special defense, again, it's going to be a counter to... It's going to probably have to come in on a toxicity trait, so it'll be fine. It's also why it's holding the Wakan Berry. You can see at the very top, Wakan Berry is the electric resist berry, so anytime you take an electric damage, it halves the damage of the electric move for the first time it's used, and then that berry pops, and you don't have it anymore. But that is what I'm using Primarina for this week. I expect Tox, Sableye lead, so the counter here would be Colossal and Primarina anti-lead, and at that point I can literally just Dynamax, set up my strategy, and body this this toxicity. The only thing I'm really worried about is the Sableye. So what I'm kind of hoping I can play around a little bit is if it is Sableye Tox lead, what I can do is I have Protect on my Colossal. I can Protect first turn, Moonblast into the Sableye, get rid of it, get rid of the priority, and then do my Aqua Jet setup strat with Colossal on the other side. So that'll be helpful. I have a kitten trying to get in my tree, which is always fun. That'll be gone hopefully soon. So that'll be great. Primarina helps me deal with Sylveon. It's a weird battle at +2. And the reason why it's +2 is Primarina also has the move Psych Up, which I brought week 1, and if you don't know what that does, I can copy stat changes. So basically I can set up Colossal, I can heal myself up, and I also can get the boost myself, so put Primarina at +2 both, and +6 speed. So literally I can set 2 sweepers up at the same time and just go ham with it there. And that's going to be the plan right now. I have a really cool plan later on, but I'll get to that with the back. But what Primarina is going to do, Sylveon at +2, Sableye, it beats Weavile. It can take on Lucario. It's a really weird matchup again, but it beats Lucario at +2. So if it's set up, we outspeed. It's basically a trade if we don't set up, so that's kind of why it's like, it beats Lycanroc at +2 just because it outspeeds. It would beat Palisand. It could just one-shot it with Moonblast at that point. It can beat the Politoed. It can beat no, the Politoed. I think it's the Poliwrath, actually. You can beat Poliwrath. It can beat the Drapion at +2. Gorgas at +2. And Mantine is just a really annoying thing in the back, so that's just not something we really want to deal with. But we could take it on it if we need to. Next up, we finally get to bring the Lantern, into the fray. I know everyone's going to hate me for the nickname, but deal with it. But we finally get to use Lantern. It wasn't my original plan to grab Lantern for this spot particularly, but I thought a good electric type would be nice. And instead of running Pincurchin this week, I've chosen to run Lantern instead. I think I need the offensive electric type, not the more defensive kind of variant. So we got Lantern here. It is a Assault Vest Lantern, so a little bit of tank, but also super offense, calc, max HP, max special attack, and with that special defense like doubled. It's 189 at 100, so it's probably gonna be like 90 at. It's probably gonna be like 180 at special defense with the Assault Vest on. So it's gonna be pretty tanky and do a lot of damage here. It's got Rising Voltage, Dazzling Gleam, Icy Wind, and Scald. Rising Voltage and Ice and Scald, Stab. Dazzling Gleam is a nice coverage move, another way to help deal with Sableye if it happens to switch out first turn. And then we have Icy Wind for speed control a little bit. So that is Lantern for us. The what it takes on, it can take on Corviknight. It's a really weird battle. It can beat Sableye, and it beats Toxicity. So one of the things the reason that this works is it's Volt Absorb Lantern, which means I can take an electric attack, which means if the Toxicity trait is on the field and if they happen to get through my Colossal and Toxicity trait is still in the back, this is my way to deal with it. I can just switch in to Lantern and we can Scald it to death. And so this is my way to deal with Toxicity trait if everything else fails. It's a fail safe at the back. I really think that Toxicity trait is coming. I think it's one of the best mons on the team. I have a gut feeling that it's coming this week. Really good gut feeling. What else does it do? It can beat the Palisand. It's a really weird battle with the Palisand, but it does beat the Palisand. It can take on the Poliwrath. It's a little weird, but it can. It can take on Drapion a little bit, and then this is primarily my counter to Mantine too. Just a solid electric type, just going to plow through Mantine, so that's going to be the play for that. Another new mon for the week. Well, just kidding. we got Kevin. We got a new mon after Kevin. But we got Kevin coming back this week. Slightly different set from last time. I literally just changed some of the moves. I think I got rid of Protect and put on Thunderfang. So, like, that's what I did with Kevin. It's literally the same EV spread, max attack, max speed, Jolly Nature, boosting speed over special attack. Set is there too. The Thunderfang is primarily for a nice another counter to Mantine. I feel like that could be an issue. I feel like some Wyguard BS could come out. So I'm prepping for that just in case. So I have the T-Fang to body it in the back. So hopefully that works out for me. But what Durant does, it's also a good counter for Corviknight too. Speaking of Corviknight, it's a weird matchup. I have a weird matchup with Corviknight in every single spot. I definitely think it's coming this week. But because I don't really have a good counter to it. My Colossal's weak to it because it's a steel type and I'm a rock type, but I'm also a fire type. So I have just weird matchups everywhere across the board, and it's gonna be an interesting setup though with that. The other thing, it deals with Sylveon. I don't really have another way to deal with Sylveon. You'll see the next mod, and you'll see I have a sort of different way to deal with it, but hey. It can beat Sableye. It's a weird matchup. It's a 2-shot, I think. I have to get a Flinch Axe with Ironhead, I think. We can deal with Toxicity. It's a nice defensive counter, obviously. Good typing against Toxicity. It can beat Weavile, beats Lycanroc. We can take on the Poliwrath, You can take on Drapion, Take on Gourgeist, And it's another back seat for Mantine if that's coming. And another new mon of the week. We got Kelp here, the Dragalge. I actually got this through Surprise Egg Sunday, so it's in a Beast Ball, which is kind of pog. But yeah, the first time bringing Kelp to the team, I've wanted to use this thing all season. This is the first time. It's got its adaptability, which is going to be very nice for the team going forward. It's 2 times to stab instead of 1.5, so Sludge Bomb is going to be a massive powerhouse, and Focus Blast kind of the coverage for the other things that isn't stab, so... Sludge Bomb is going to be very powerful coming off of this thing. It's got leftover, it's built more tanky, it's special, it's max HP, max special attack, modest nature, boosting attack over special attack, boosting special attack over attack. I think I said that backwards. But Sludge Bomb, Thunderbolt, Focus Blast, and Toxic. Again, just another thing for Mantine. If it comes in, gonna get T-bolted. So it can sort of deal with the Corviknight again. That's why the T-Bolt's there a little bit. Parahax is going to be fun to deal with this week. It beats Sylveon. It beats Sableye. It can take on Weavile. It can beat Lucario with Focus Blast. Lycanroc with Focus Blast. Poliwrath with T-Bolt. Drapion is a weird matchup, but it does win. It beats Gourgeist, obviously, with Stab. And it can take on Mantine with the Thunderbolt. So it's a very interesting bring. I didn't really know what to put in these back couple slots. I really expect something absolutely maddening from my opponent this week. So I thought Kelp with that Sludge Bomb would be a nice counter in the back. I built a couple defensive mons this week just for the fact that, I can have some pivots if I need to use the pivot. So here's what that's going to be doing. Really doesn't have a lot of weaknesses. I mean, Fairy, Ground, Psychic, Dragon, Ice. It's not a lot. So we can kind of do some work here with Kelp and hopefully get some good stats off. And last but not least, I'm bringing the Alcremie, bruh. This is actually an offensive Alcremie this week, as you can see from the dock. Again, I have a lot of things that are max special attack, max HP. That's just what this is too. Another modest with the Roma Veil. It's the same actually Alcremie from the first week. I just changed the moveset. Honestly, because I think I built it the same way, and then I re-EV bred it, so that was fun. But it's got Mystical Fire, Dazzling Gleam, Calm Mind, and Giga Drain. Dazzling Gleam, nice stab spread mood, obviously. Giga Drain for HP recovery. Calm Mind as a setup. Mystical Fire to shut down the opponent's special attackers. Another sort of answer to Toxicity here, and Lucario, if it's special, I can come in Mystical Fire, and lower that stat so they're not doing as much damage to my team. So that's kind of the point with that. But it deals with the Corviknight if it's +1, which is going to be a big strategy for me. It beats Sableye. It can beat Toxicity at +1. It's a weird calc, but it does work. Lucario at +1, it's a little iffy. Depends on like physical special. That's the big thing. Lycanroc, it beats Palossand, Poliwrath, Mantine, and Gourgeist is a little bit of a weird one. It does beat Mantine only because I can just sit there and Calm Mind in its face, and it really can't touch me. So that's kind of what it does well. It's a good Stallmon in the back. I don't have Toxic on this thing, but I do have it on Dragalge. So if I can pair those two together and get some stalling off, that might be a win con at some point. If I run out of options, I have that in the back. So it's basically Toxic everything, let Alcremie just sit there. So hopefully that'll work out for us. But yeah, that's going to be the team for this week. I think I kept it a little bit shorter this week, so I'm very excited. I have no idea what it is. I have no idea what lead matchups are. I've been losing lead matchups every single week. The first 2 weeks, it cost me my week 1 match. I pulled it back week 2. But as I say, like, it's team building. Lead matchup is the second thing you have to win. If you don't win lead matchup, you're on the back foot right off the get go, and you gotta go hammer time. So it was cool to see that I could actually pull that off a little bit. I just played out of my mind last week, so it was good. But I'm hoping that I can get this lead matchup correct, that it'll be Sableye, and we can just go from there and get predictions and get some dubs. I'm also trying to get differential. I'm in the middle of I think I'm 5th in the league right now because I had that massive 5-0 at the beginning of the season. So I think I'm 5th in the league at the moment, which I'm trying to get to the top 4. I want to stay in that top 4 bracket. So for playoffs, so I'm going to do my best to get there this week by getting a dub and also getting a good differential that puts me positive. So that's going to be the play. Bringing down what my opponent has. I didn't break down what the team strategy is. That's ridiculous. Good job. What I think they're going to bring, I think Gmax Corviknight, I think Toxicity, Sableye, Lucario, Lycanroc, and Drapion. I've done a lot of analytics. Corviknight is just so good against my team. It's just impossible that doesn't come. Toxicity, the same kind of thing. Sableye is, I feel like she wants to use the Mon that I traded her to destroy me. So that's what I'm kind of getting here from the Sableye. Also, it's a really good counter to some of my setups. Quash obviously shuts down my priority Aqua Jet into Colossal, which is kind of why I'm going to Moonblast first turn. Lucario is just a good random Mon that could be physical or special. I definitely think it might be special this week, which is kind of why I've been running special sets. We got Lycanroc, which isn't really a big threat, but does have a Cell Rock, which boosts the attack stat. Was boosted speed with a priority in a very powerful rock move off a stab. That could be really annoying to deal with as well. And then Drapion, I think the surprise factor of Drapion is going to be what it has. So that's just what I think. I think that last spot can switch out. So I have 3 potentials that I think could come. That would be Weavile for offensive power, and just a general good Mon for the team. Very offensive, very powerful, very fast. Sylveon for a defensive capability. I have a lot of fairy types. A lot of my team is kind of to fairy. I really didn't have a good counter to it this week. But I brought the 2 best I had to deal with Sylveon here. And then Palossand just for an ability to try to shut down Primarina, I think. Or to shut down my water offensive. So, also it's a really good pairing with the Corviknight. And a really good pairing with the Mantine. So if Mantine comes in the back, like, that would be a great pairing there. But yeah, that's the team. I hope you guys have enjoyed this team builder. If you guys want to check out the match tomorrow, 1 p.m. Tomorrow 5 p.m. Tomorrow 1 p.m. I'll be streaming, hopefully. But tomorrow at 5 p.m. we will have the match against the Lunar Mountain Lycanrocs. So it's going to be an interesting battle. I'm hoping we can get a dub. That's the plan. I feel like we built a good team. And I'm honestly just hoping Corviknight Primarina sets up. A few more strategies for us. Obviously, we have the setup sweep off the front. We have the defensive stall in the back with Dragalge and Alcremie. And the mixed middle, the more offensive middle section with Durant Lantern. So I kind of noticed I've been pairing things together and not really building a whole team. I'm like building 2 sets been like a set of 2, a set of 2, and a set of 2 instead of a set of 6. So I'm going to try to fix that next week. But I really think this is the best team that I got right now to deal with this. So we'll see what happens. Hopefully things go well, and I'll see you guys in the next. I'll see you guys in the match. Can't talk. I'll see you guys in the match. Thank you for watching. Hope you enjoyed, and until next time, my name is Chaos, and I'm signing off. Stay safe, and as always,